Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Sonic3318, back again for another video for you guys, and today, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your WWE Hell in a Cell 2021 prediction video. Yep, the Devil's Favorite Playground is finally here at last, here for the year 2021, and I am here to give you guys my full-on predictions and somewhat thoughts heading into the show. So at the time of recording this video, we are, if WWE.com wants to come up, there we go. We are 1 day, 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 8 seconds away from the pay-per-view event itself here, from the video itself to Hell in a Cell 2021. So with that said, we're not gonna wait. We're gonna get on to these predictions, and we're just gonna get on to the road to Hell in a Cell. Cause why the hell not? Cause that's why you're here, obviously. All right. So first up, we have Kevin Owens taking on Sami Zayn. My prediction for this match is going to be simply for Kevin Owens to win. So Kevin Owens for the win. Next up, we have Cesaro taking on Seth Rollins. My prediction for this match is going to be for Cesaro to win, because obviously we're going to need to have Cesaro get some more built up to himself, because obviously after he's been, pushed to the sidelines, for him just to come back as of late to SmackDown on that, ding dong Bayley thing to finally return on, full on return, because obviously, we all know he's been selling an injury, because obviously if you are a gamer like me and you like, up down stuff, you will see that, Swiss is continuously on there all the time, without no injury to him whatsoever. So he's okay. He's been okay. He's just selling the injury that was happened to both to Roman, and to Seth Rollins. So, yeah. So, anyways, Swiss is back on TV, and obviously we're going to see him need more time to get more built up once again to get back right onto, hopefully, his push. So, yeah. Cesaro is going to be my prediction, but if WWE feels as if Cesaro does not need to give Cesaro's push that we had for him going against Roman is kind of going to start getting a last little game pushed back, then I can see this being the reason why Seth Rollins will win this match. But hopefully we're going to be on the positive side of things, and Cesaro's push is going to continue with this, and with the said, Cesaro's going to win this match. So Cesaro for the win. Next up, we have Alexa Bliss taking on Shayna Baszler. My prediction for this match is going to be simply for Alexa Bliss, because obviously, even though it kind of sucks that Shayna Baszler is kind of being looked at as kind of the chump that she is, even though in reality she's one of probably the best women that WWE actually has on themselves. But WWE does not recognize that, and WWE's going to only care about the whole spooky factor of fucking Alexa Bliss that she's got going on for herself, with her and her Lily character, or the potential chance of her aligning herself with Reginald. Because, we saw Reginald kind of get that loopiness inside of himself, as Alexa Bliss kind of did that stare to him on an episode of Raw as of late. So we can see Reginald potentially side with Bliss, potentially to kind of take over Lily, because obviously we're getting, obviously enough, this is going to be the very, very final pay-per-view event itself before we get back to live fans again. So this is going to be our final pandemic pay-per-view event. So that we could use Reginald to kind of kick the bucket with Lily once and for all, potentially. Even though it's kind of been rumored from the get-go that Lily is a potential WWE superstar of some kind, and we just don't know who that is yet. But if WWE just does not want to go push through that storyline, and if they have something potentially planned between Reginald and Alexa Bliss for this shit, then there you go. Lily is gone. Reginald is in for that spot. So there you go. But still, like I said, I'm going to predict that Alexa Bliss is going to win this match by the way of spookiness, to potentially still push Alexa Bliss's, spooky character and just go with the flow of things. So Alexa Bliss for the win. Next up, we have, spoiler alert, they actually did make this legitimate on SmackDown Live as of late. So, good for them. We have the SmackDown Women's Championship between Bianca Belair and Bayley inside of Hell in a Cell. My prediction for this match is going to simply be for Bianca Belair to retain her championship because obviously, you know, once again, just like Shayna Baszler, WWE does not want to recognize how good Bayley has been, one of the MVPs of the pandemic, and you know, all their eyes are going to be on potentially going to be pushing freaking Bianca Belair. And honestly, you know, with Bianca Belair being the champion, we could still potentially see, you know, Sasha Banks on the horizon, you know, creeping back into the championship picture once she comes back from wherever the hell she's been since WrestleMania. So there's that. So we're going to essentially have Bianca and Sasha Part 2 at the likes of SummerSlam, and you know, go from there. Me personally, if you've been watching my channel as of late, you've been hearing me saying, "Oh, push the agenda of Bianca, Sasha, and Bayley." That could still work at SummerSlam if they want to have Bayley do something and actually, you know, include her in this feud somehow. I can see that happening. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen, of course. But, you know, it looks like the agenda as of right now is to potentially push Banks and Belair Part 2 at SummerSlam. So, with that in mind, I'm going to say that Bianca Belair is going to win this match. So, there's that. Next up, we have the Raw Women's Championship match between Rhea Ripley. I turned to freaking the Tasmanian devil there for a second. Blah. Rhea Ripley and freaking. I'm not Taz. This is not Space Jam freaking 2. I'm not LeBron James, clearly. Anyways, let me rephrase that again for the third time. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship. There we go. No more freaking Tasmanian devil bullshit. My prediction for this match is Rhea Ripley's going to win this match because obviously WWE's going to see WWE's got a lot more stuff to prove for Rhea Ripley as of late, and especially coming back to live fans. We're going to have to definitely see more Rhea Ripley in live in person to actually prove to herself why she's called this nightmarish character. Because as of late, we ain't seen shit out of freaking Rhea Ripley at all. No talk, no, you know, sort of talk, no bite. So yeah, Daly's got a lot of proof with Ripley to prove herself why she's legitimate. So, and why she's legitimate, she's got to be proved. They're going to prove that in front of fans, because obviously they had to do something with Rhea Ripley. So, with that said, she can do that as we're going towards the likes of Money in the Bank and SummerSlam with fans coming back here soon enough. So there's that. But what about Flair, you may ask? Well, I don't know, to be honest. Because, honestly, for all I know, they could just give it back to Charlotte, for all I know. And just say, screw you, Rhea Ripley, you had your time, and you fail us. So, yeah. Or they could just pull another 50-50 freaking bullshit card, and just maybe do this another, they could just replay this event up next at freaking Live by the Money in the Bank, or even SummerSlam if they want to. Who knows? But for right now, I'm going to stick to the more logical side of things and stick with Rhea Ripley and win this match and retain her championship because obviously she needs a more of a legitimate push for herself heading towards live fans once again, and that's what I'm going to stay true of. So Rhea Ripley for the win. So moving on next to the final match on the card, we have the WWE Championship match between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. Now you might ask yourself, what is my prediction for this match as my freaking refrigerator is going off again, so there was that. I talked through that refrigerator kind of moment there, but still, Lashley, McIntyre, who is my prediction? Well guys, firstly, before coming on camera, it was going to be McIntyre to potentially push the agenda saying, okay, we're going to push this agenda going forward of McIntyre actually being in front of the fans, actually seeing how the fans actually react to, actually, you know, full on react to McIntyre for him, you know, actually being champion. But, I am going to stick my foot backward and give you guys my legit prediction. And that is going to be none other than Bobby Lashley to win this match because he needs some more time in the championship. And actually, there's stuff, potentially more ideas potentially already set up for him. For both Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. Because potentially, we've already seen the likes of Lashley and Kingston being set for Money in the Bank. And then the likes of Lashley and Lesnar being set up for SummerSlam. So we have these two storylines here already kind of being placed in front of a silver platter for us to take us to the following pay-per-view events coming up in front of fans. So, with that logical shit in mind, I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley to win the championship, or retain the championship here, leaving Drew McIntyre to balance himself down to the mid-card to find something to do, which surely he'll find something to do, guys. He'll find something to do. And it doesn't mean he's going to be done with a championship picture, but right now, let's just say he's just kind of taking a break. Who knows? Maybe he'll come back in time for potentially Survivor Series, potentially. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe not. We're just going to see what happens. So, what I said and done, my overall prediction is going to be this. While I wouldn't be too surprised if Drew McIntyre wins this match for whatever reason that he wants to do it, my prediction is going to stay strong, and it's going to be for Bobby Lashley to retain the championship inside of the Hell in a Cell matchup. So, with said, ladies and gentlemen, this has concluded my WWE Hell in a Cell 2021 predictions. I know it was kind of going to be a short one, but as you can see, I tried to stretch it out as much as I could with some of the stuff that I was talking about. Because obviously, there's barely anything on this card on WWE.com. And WWE made the stupid decision to point the freaking Reigns and Mysterio match off the show for the likes of being put on SmackDown Live. Why they did that, I have no idea. So, there's that bullshit idea going out of the wind. So, WWE's gonna make this show potentially maybe one of the short pay-per-view events that we had on the WWE Network. Maybe not. Knowing them, they'll most likely fill it up with more matches that we don't see coming. Because hence why potentially for Zayn and Owens and Cesaro and Rollins. Which Cesaro and Rollins makes sense versus the likes of Owens and Zayn just being pushed out of nowhere. Sure, they've been kind of going back and forth and spatting, back and forth for these past few weeks on SmackDown Live. What's fucking new between them? Because obviously they've been going at each other's throats for a while, whatever now, like a freaking Tom and Jerry skit. But seriously, yeah. So with Owens and Zayn, that's kind of an example of a match just being thrown in the card. We may potentially Sheamus may be coming back from his nose injury, so we may have a United States Championship match. Maybe Cruz versus someone. Maybe Cruz versus Big E. Maybe that could be a match they'll throw on the card as a little surprise. Who the hell knows? We're just going to tune in to the WWE Network to find out this upcoming Sunday, to find out at Hell in a Cell 2021 what's going to happen, to say the least. So with said, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've watched this video once again. And I shall see you guys next time for my review of Hell in a Cell 2021 coming up soon next to the channel. We're also including up next, following that review, which should be my little reminder once again, it's going to be my channel update video as I'll see coming. Because obviously, as I said last time on my Hell in a Cell, not Hell in a Cell, my WrestleMania Backlash review, I announced there's going to be a channel update video coming out pretty soon. And I said that I didn't know it was going to come before or after this content, but after taking some time to reflect on it all, I decided to push it to after I'm done with Hell in a Cell content. So, right after I'm done with Hell in a Cell, I'm going to potentially get right onto my channel update video. So, to said, ladies and gentlemen, so stay tuned to both my review and my channel update video to come up pretty soon here on the channel. So, to said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sunday 318, and I'm signing out. Peace, ladies and gentlemen.